207.94.
Hell yeah, dude.
Thank you.
Go.
Alright guys, we are out here at the Wanna Go Fast half-mile event. It is a standing half-mile, or you can do a roll start, but the roll start you start from the half-mile, so it would cut it shorter. I'm going to do mostly standing half-miles. I'm going to see if some of these faster cars want to run, like that GTR there, I think is doing roughly low 190s. I think it's 1300 wheel, and there should be a 2000 horsepower Viper here somewhere. But I took the wings off of the H2, got the block off plates, so that'll help with aero. I did kind of like a shakedown little pass out there just to see where everything was, see if there were any dips, anything like that. I didn't go too fast, but I tested 1943 gearing and I just absolutely obliterated the tire first through like fifth. So it's starting to warm up a little bit. It was real cold this morning. So I'm gonna do my first full tilt pass. I went to 1941, so it's 2 teeth down in the back, so it should be longer gearing. So let's go see what it does, and we'll do a full tilt pass right now. All right, so this is gonna be the first full tilt boogie pass. I'm gonna be running with Dave next to me. He's on his turbo ZX14. That bike's right around 500 wheel horsepower right now, but he is having to foot shift. His air shifter's not working. I'm gonna see how traction plays out. I don't know how this is gonna go. This is the first time I've ever ran this gearing. So hopefully it allows me to get into it. It's starting to get warmer. It's already about 10 degrees warmer than my first run, which was really just a throwaway, see where everything is at kind of run. Freaking Flintstone in it. Well guys, game plan here. I'm gonna go easy out of the hole. See if I can make first gear hook. I'm gonna do like half to 3/4 throttle in first, and then hopefully by second we can get all the way in it, but that's in a perfect world. I doubt that'll happen. All right boys, let's party. Oh man, she was lifting on me pretty hard. Yeah, first gear traction's not gonna happen. Oh, this bike's such a savage. That gearing is definitely a lot better. I mean, my first pass, I was just ice skating the entire way down. I think it may help me just to get into second as fast as possible so I can hammer it, to be honest, guys.
Hell yeah, dude. You're getting 201. Dude.
201.
Hey, go buy registration, I'll give you a shirt too.
A shirt?
Hell yeah, dude.
First full pass over 200. 201, guys. Well, guys, 201.79 was the first official pass. I was not focusing on my tuck like I should have. I mean, it was just like full shakedown. Definitely are going to improve on that. That's the first full hit off the trailer. I was coming out hoping to clear 200. I was like, man, if I clear 200, I'll be happy. So that's done. Let's go for 205 next. It's going to be second time making a hit, and I think I'm just really going to focus on my shift points and my tuck and make small improvements every time, not try to change a ton of stuff. Tuck game, shift points, that's all I'm worried about. I'm not going to worry too much about coming out of the hole differently. I'll change this, see what it does mile per hour, and then we'll go from there. Well, so far I think I am the fastest at the event by a good bit. There's a 13 or 1400 wheel horsepower GTR that's went like 190, but that's as close as they've gotten to me. And there's supposed to be a 2000 horsepower Viper I saw on the list, but I haven't seen him yet. Like that car, if that thing actually comes out and does some hits, he may make this bike look kind of silly. I think 2,000 horsepower Viper is enough to beat this bike. Looks like I'm getting paired up with this Corvette. No idea what's done to it. Sounded like it had a blower. This Corvette's about to have a real bad time. Tuck position shift points, boys.
204.
That was a little bit of an odd run. The bike keeps wanting to go that way. Like, it keeps pulling to the left on me. Didn't quite shift into second. I had to hit the shifter twice. Dude, the Busa is gonna be silly at these events. I don't know if that pass was any faster. Everything under 100 miles per hour on this bike it's just like all hell breaking loose. It's like, maybe it'll hook, maybe it won't. Gets into the power, blows the tire off.
Heck yeah! 204.7, guys. Getting faster. These bikes turn so many heads here, especially after you go out and bust off a 205 mile per hour pass. Dave was having some issues with his turbo ZX14, so he switched over to his H2. His bike's pretty much the same as mine, minus it does not have stage 3 gears. It's got stage 2 gears, which is less boost, and also he does not have H2R cams. So I've probably got 30 horsepower on that bike roughly. I think his bike makes 270, 280, and I'm around 300 at the tire. Hey, how much power are you making? 260? Okay. So he's 260 wheel horsepower. I'm 300 wheel horsepower. So there's about a 40 horsepower difference here.
So yeah, guys, there's not really any cars here that have anything for my bike. So I'm racing other bikes, but so far I'm the fastest at the event by a good margin. Should have lined up on the right side of this. The wind is right to left right now. There is no tailwind. It's just freaking right to left. All right, first and second gear, not crazy, and then everything else good. That felt like a good run. That felt like a good run. That thing's freaking silly. Best run of the day. Watch, I'll pick up this slip and it's like 195. I don't think I'm gonna get a better run out here than that. That was pretty dang good. It's just like, who can get traction first? When you've got some savage H2s like this, it's just, who gets traction first is pretty much it.
Right.
I'm right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Damn, fool.
Woo! 207.94!
Hell yeah, dude.
Thank you.
Go buy registration, I'll give you a shirt.
Another one?
Are you the one that did it already?
Yeah. Yeah. What'd you go?
190.
Yeah, buddy. Well, guys, we keep getting faster and faster with every hit. That was basically 208. 207.94. Oh, yeah. It is getting faster. We're going to get that 210 mile per hour pass today, guys. God, this bike is silly fast. It's so fast. Guys, to put in perspective how fast that is out here, the closest thing to me in car form is a 1300 wheel horsepower GTR, and I went about 20 mile per hour faster than that. 20 miles an hour faster than a 1300 horsepower GTR. He said go up to the booth and get your t-shirt. Like, oh, I get one for every run? That's nice. This one, I'm gonna give him good hit off of the get-go, so I'm gonna let him get out a little bit before I really get into it. So I'm not gonna go any slower, I'm just gonna let him take off first. This car is sweet. It's a Factory 5, I forget what it's called, but it's kit car, and it is sick. There goes that 1300 wheel horsepower GTR. So that's the fastest car at the event so far, and I think it's went 191. So we are a solid 17 miles per hour faster than a 1300 wheel horsepower GTR. Noted. So this round I'm just gonna focus more on the tuck, especially when I get into 6th gear, and hopefully that gets me there. I'm gonna pull past the cones at the end a little further. Come on guys, let's get that 210 pass. Like I said, I'm gonna give him the hit. Good. First gear, I did that same thing where I went to shift it and I didn't hit it all the way. It didn't go into 2nd. I don't know how much that's gonna hurt me. It definitely didn't help though. I might have given them too much of a hit. I couldn't run them down. That never gets old. This bike is just violence on wheels, and it never gets old. I messed up. I should have brought my draggy with me so that I could have draggy tested this new gearing to see what it was doing. Not bad, not bad.
Fastest guy out here so far.
Yeah? Anybody else button over 200 yet? No?
The closest car was 192.
Freaking rookies. So that was 206.8. Still full mile per hour slower than my fastest pass. To be honest, I'm already super stoked with how this bike is performing. I was just coming out with the goal of 200 plus miles per hour. So far to be at 207.9, you know, I pretty much call that 208. That's pretty freaking fast, to be honest with you. I can't wait till my boost is done. Coming out here on a freaking rowdy turbo bike, see how it compares. That thing's gonna be wild in 5th and 6th. Well guys, this will probably be my last pass of the day. It's getting pretty close to where they shut down. I just changed the gearing again, so I went from 41 to a 40 tooth and back, so maybe that'll help give me the edge on the top end. Hopefully we hit this 210. If not, I mean, 208's freaking flying. So I'm gonna race Dave's ZX14. He got that all sorted out, so 500 wheel horsepower, 300 wheel horsepower. He just went into the 200 mile per hour club too. Me and him are the only ones to go over 200 at the event so far. Let's freaking get it. Curious to see how this gearing changes things. So it's even longer. I wasn't on the rev limiter in 6, but I was pretty freaking close. All right, boys, let's freaking get it. I went to shift from 5th to 6th and it didn't shift. That sucks. That sucks. That was it. We might have to hot lap and get one more pass. Whew. That was a solid run. Like I was so tucked that I freaking couldn't move my foot up that much. Yeah, well, this gearing though feels better, and the low fuel light came on. It's the life of owning an H2. I think right now I'm getting about a quarter mile to the gallon.
Good job, bro. Good run.
Thank you. So 200 miles per hour, kind of figured it was going to do that, hitting the rev limiter in 5th. So I think they said that he went 206 there, which is moving. Our bikes are very close in the half mile. In a full-blown mile, that bike would definitely walk away in the back half. But in a half mile, it's pretty freaking close. I mean, that's just how it is with these H2s. These H2s, up until freaking 180 or so, can just dominate these turbo bikes most of the time. And then after that, the turbo bikes really start coming in with, you know, 500 plus horsepower and being able to lay it down. Okay, guys, I lied. We're hot lapping it. I couldn't go out on that run. I just couldn't. We're probably going to be pulling some timing here. Yeah, he did go 206, so my fastest is 207.9, and I think he was like 206.9, so he was within a mile per hour of my fastest. I think the gearing's a little too tall. I don't think it can pull it properly. I did short shift 5th just because I was scared of it doing what it did last time. And when it went into 6th, I just don't think it had enough power to pull this gearing. It's so tall.
Yeah, bro! 14!
Holy shit!
205, bro!
Oh my god! That's cooking! Guys, he just went 214. Oh my god! That is moving! Son! Holy crap! That's what 500 wheel horsepower will do, boys. I went 205.2, so the fastest of the day for me was 207.9. He went 214. That's crazy. So me and Dave were the fastest of the day by far. We were the only guys to go over 200, and he just ripped out a ridiculous 214 mile per hour pass. That's moving. That is moving. Guys, as always, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the video. Like and subscribe. Until next time.